Good afternoon. My name is Caleb Adams, and today I'm going to prove to you why all teenagers should have to drive a manual transmission in order to get their license. Now, think back 6, 7 years ago whenever you got your driver's license. That feeling of being free, being behind the wheel, getting to do whatever you wanted with your car, it's a good feeling. However, think back to the first time you got stopped, or you ran a red light, or you got in an accident. A lot of that could have been avoided had you paid more attention to the road, you paid more attention to your speed, or you just paid more attention to the car in general. Now, driving a manual transmission forces you to pay more attention to the vehicle itself. It forces you to become a better driver. Now, I know in this day and age, a lot of cars, they aren't manual transmissions. You more see the old vehicles that are stick shift, or the high-end sports cars, which, let's be honest, most of us don't have either one of those anymore. As a matter of fact, the Los Angeles Times reported that less than 3% of all cars in the United States are stick shift. So why learn how to drive one? Well, driving a stick makes you a better driver. First point is you pay more attention to your speed while driving a stick shift. Now, in order to shift gears, you have to know and you have to pay attention to how fast your vehicle is going. You're more than likely going to shift gears before you break the speed limit. For example, say the speed limit is 35 miles an hour. If you're in an automatic vehicle, just press the gas and go. Before long, you look down and you're going 50 and you get pulled over. You get a speeding ticket. Didn't even realize you were speeding. It's too easy. However, if you're in a stick shift, you have to control how fast that car is going by the gears. You can't go 75 miles an hour in first gear. You have to shift a couple times. So let's take the same scenario. Speed limit's 35. You take off. Before you hit 35, you're probably going to shift once or twice. You're going to look down and you're going to see, okay, I'm in third gear, I'm going about 40 miles an hour. That's fine. You just generally pay more attention to your speed driving a standard transmission. The second point is you have to have both your hands and both your feet to drive a stick shift. You have to have your right hand on the shift knob and your left hand on the wheel. You can't text and drive if both your hands are occupied. Now, a lot of people, myself included, can use their knee to steer the wheel. You put your knee on the bottom of the steering wheel and you kind of keep the car in the lane. However, with a manual transmission, you have to keep your left foot on the clutch and your right foot on the gas, so you can't use your legs to steer. So if your legs are occupied and your hands are occupied, you don't have any other way to text and drive, thus eliminating a big part of why so many teenagers get in wrecks, or why so many teenagers get pulled over. Now, the third reason why manual transmission is safer and better for teenagers to learn to drive with is judging distance. Now, this is probably one of the most important, if not the most important aspect of a manual transmission. As you can see from this picture here, this lady is stalled on a railroad track. Now, stalling happens when you let off the clutch too fast and the vehicle dies, which means it just stops going. If you stall on a railroad track, it'd be very bad. Or if you try to cross traffic too quick and you stall, then you're stuck in the middle of traffic. Driving an automatic, you can be as unsafe as you want, because there's a very, very slim chance that that vehicle is going to stall in the middle of traffic. Say a car is too close and you want to go anyways, you just floor it and pass right on through them. May have been dangerous, but you got out alive. However, you just learned a very, very bad habit, and you just caused yourself to not only put your life in danger, but the lives of everyone that you just crossed their path of traffic. When you drive a manual transmission, you have to be more aware of how far away that car is from you. Say that car is close enough for you to go, maybe. But in a manual transmission, you're going to be safer and more cautious when driving because you don't want to stall and get left in the middle of the road. Now, what's interesting is all these things, this may look scary. You know, why would I want to risk the possibility of stalling on a railroad track or in the middle of traffic? State Farm, one of the largest insurance providers in the world, actually says that you have more control of your vehicle with a manual transmission than you do an automatic. You can control your speed easier, you're paying more attention to the road, and you're less likely to text and drive, resulting in a safer vehicle and you operating it in a safer manner. Now, better drivers drive stick. It's more than likely true. The stick shift transmission, you pay more attention to your vehicle, you pay more attention to your surroundings, and you pay more attention to how fast you're going and how close you are to others. Now, does that mean you should go out and sell your automatic car and buy a manual transmission? No. However, this does mean that each new driver should learn how to drive a manual transmission because it forces them to be a safer driver, which forces them to be a better driver. Thank you.